Welcome to Tadoba Andhari Tiger Reserve near Nagpur, Maharashtra, India. So we reach Nagpur, and here in this video you can see the metro train moving in Nagpur. From there we started moving towards the Tadoba Andhari Tiger Reserve. It is about 150 kilometers from Nagpur, and we booked the cab from Nagpur to Tadoba. We had booked the hotel, MTDC hotel, the buffer zone of Mohali. I have explained what is core zone, what is buffer zone at the end of this video. Please watch it till the end. We have reached the main gate of the forest zone. We haven't reached Tadoba yet. Now here there will be a checking unless you have confirmed hotel booking in MTDC. Allow you to enter inside. You have to show your hotel booking here. Then only they will allow you to go inside the forest. We showed our booking and then entered into the forest, reached the MTDC hotel and had lunch, and then requested them whether we can get the vehicle to go to Junona gate, which is hardly few steps away from the hotel. So we got the jeep and reached the Junona gate. We had booked the gypsy ride at 2 p.m. and it goes on for 4 hours. In this 4 hours, we will be roaming around inside the forest, and if we are lucky, we will be able to sight the tiger. Let's see whether we can sight the tiger at all. We saw deer. I saw a pond. I was wondering how they will fill up the pond with water. So I asked the guide who was with us in the gypsy. He said there is a solar water pump, you can see in this video also, where it will pump and then fill up the water whenever it dries up. Especially in the summer, they will use the solar water pump to fill up the water. So that these are all artificial pond. So the tiger and other animals, they come to this pond for drinking water. We were roaming around for 3 hours and we couldn't sight any wild animal. We were getting frustrated, and at last the moment we were waiting for came. Our driver stopped the vehicle and announced, "There it is." Now I will not talk. Now you look at the tiger Taru, who is a male tiger, 9 years old. We were so excited to see this tiger. We were all mesmerized and just started looking at it. We had wonderful sighting of tiger Taru. So beautiful, so majestic. He was least bothered about us. He just gave a bored look at us and he was in his own world. He was not at all bothered about 20 gypsies with hundreds of people watching him. I thanked him and started moving away. We roamed around and went near a beautiful lake, hoping to sight some more wild animals. So we waited there for some time. but we couldn't see any wild animal there. So you can see a beautiful lake. Then all of a sudden a bear came just in front of us. I was wondering whether it will come towards us, but luckily he started moving away from us in search of ants. That's what our guide said, that it likes to eat ants, and then it moved away from us and then moved into the jungle. Then I saw a strange bird. See, I'm not a bird enthusiast, I don't know about the birds. Must be an owl. You can see his leg facing us, but his neck is turned 180 degrees in the other direction. I have never seen such in my life before. Now the time was around 6 p.m. and it is time to go back to our hotel. So we reached back to hotel and spent some time in the MTDG hotel. Day 2 starts. We had booked a early morning 6:30 a.m. gypsy ride at Maharashtra Core Gate. This is the view from our cottage. Wonderful sunrise. This we could view from a balcony of our cottage room. So beautiful. You can see the lake, the mountain, the sunrise. Wonderful view we had from MTTG cottage. It is really worth whatever amount we paid to MTDC as room rent. So wonderful. Start day 2 Tiger Safari, and we have reached the Mogarali gate. This is the core gate where only animals inhabit. So we are waiting for our turn to enter into the forest. Many people are waiting there to enter. Time is now 6:30 a.m. Now we will be entering soon into the Maharali gate. Now we have entered, we are into the forest. So we saw, first thing we saw was wild boar. So they are all roaming around. They are also not bothered about us. They are in their own world. Then we saw bison in a close range. Then we saw peacock playing around. Then we saw a bird eating fish. Is eating fish. Then we roamed around for almost 4 hours, but we returned. In this Maharali gate, we were not fortunate enough to see tiger or any other wild animals, but we saw bison, jungle boar, peacocks, some birds, etc. That was the end of our tiger safari in Tadoba. Day 2, in the afternoon, we decided to do boat riding. We were told that there is a nearby a village called Ram Sita village where we can do a boat riding in a dam river water. So there is plenty of water. So we decided to go to Ram Sita village and do the boat riding. We are on the way to Ram Sita Boat Club, which is hardly about 10 kilometers from the MTDC. We have reached the boat club and we are now in the boat, in the motor boat, riding on the water. beautiful view, water, dam water, and we can see the sunset, and also we were fortunate enough to see plenty of birds. See, as I told you before, I am not a bird enthusiast, but I asked the names of all the birds which we saw during our boat ride to the our guide who was along with us, who came along with us in the boat. So he told us all the names. I will just add that voice recording of his at the end of this video, so that you can see the birds which we saw, and also if we can correlate the names, it would be fine. But our trip was wonderful. We saw the snake bird. Here you can see the neck is like a snake. Then we saw many birds, beautiful. Our trip was most enjoyable, and the boat ride was excellent.
Red-breasted pochard, Indian spot builder, cotton pygmy goose, black ibis, white ibis, Asian open stock, grey heron, purple moraine, और cotton goose, common coot और purple heron.
We have completed the tiger safaris and the boat ride. As I promised to you before, I will now explain you about all the zones and gates in Tadoba Andhari Tiger Reserve. You can see here there are 4 zones and many gates. There are core gates and buffer gates. The difference between 2 gates are, the core gates are the ones where only animals are there, and as a tourist you can enter into this gate. And in the buffer gate, animals as well as human beings are there. So you have to select a proper core gate or the buffer gate to enter into the forest. As far as sighting is concerned, tiger sighting is concerned, the tiger sightings are there in both buffer gates as well as core gates. I chose Mohali zone and then chose Junona buffer gate for tiger safari, and also chose Moharli gate, which is a core gate for tiger safari. The probability of sighting, as I told you before, is equal. You will have to first decide the zone and then the gates before you book the resort. So I chose MTDC resort because it was close to Junona buffer gate, and also it was close to Moharli gate, core gate, and also MTDC arranged gypsy jeep facility from MTDC resort itself for the tiger safari. Now you are clear with zones, buffer gates, core gates, etc. Do your research and do the booking of tiger safari in mytadoba.org and have a pleasant trip. So we completed our trip and returned back.